Throughout this journey, Dogbe has found a way of warming his way into the hearts of relevant people and the public. Over the period, he has courted massive love from the people of Ghana, reminiscent of the affection that people had for the legendary Azumah Nelson during his active years. The overlord of the Anglo state in the Volta region is the Awomefia Togbe III, who happens to be a grand uncle of Dogbe. He is very passionate about the boxer's return, and he has the firm belief that Isaac will deliver.
I want to let you know that is my grandson. Secondly, he has been able to distinguish himself in a particular way of life, that is, in the boxing field. It was no surprise to me that he won the first title because he's a descendant of warriors. But very unfortunately, in the second session, he lost it. But that does not bring his efforts and victory to an end. More beyond ahead of him. Now that he's going for the defense of his title, I'm assuring you, or I'm telling you confidently that I'm standing firm behind him, both spiritually and materially. And I can tell you that he's coming back with the victory.
Amen.
You know, it's a very important moment in the life of a young man, because he has put himself on the map of the world. What I'm trying to say in this context is that his fight is not only known to Ghanaians, but the world all over. And the honor that he will bring to Ghana will not only meant for his family, Ghanaians, but the world at large. But we, those who are immediately related to him, will take the greater size of the pride. I'm assuring you, and I'm telling you, that the fight ahead of him is going to conquer his contestant. He will beat him second rounds.
Amen. Amen.
Because we are ever prepared to give him a befitting welcome when he comes back home with the title.
Dr. Donald Agumenu is a project consultant, politician, and a member of Dogbe's team at Rising Star Africa Promotions in charge of marketing and brand building. He has been a part of Dogbe's journey.
In this dispensation, there are a lot of young bosses. The persona of Isaac Dogbe, the charisma of Isaac Dogbe, the kind of aura, the air around him, and the people that want to have connection with his brand. It's so amazing. I don't want to promote any drink, but permit me to say, if you pick any soft drink in the market and the brand on it, the very day that you clean that brand on it is just a black water. The words of that product is that brand that is written on. Isaac Dogbe emerged out of the blue, emerged through preparation, emerged out of focus, emerged as somebody in search of excellence. When he came out, everybody knew that this is somebody we are waiting for. So to me, the loss is not really a big deal, but it is a lesson to us as a family, as a country, and for him especially, as somebody who would enter the arena. Because if you've not been able to overcome your weaknesses, that is when you would have a fear. But for me, I believe that he's been able to overcome all those setbacks.
The Ghana Boxing Authority president was also at ringside when Dogbe won the WBO title. He was right there when Dogbe lost it as well. He expresses great confidence in Dogbe's ability to regain the world title.
This was a Mexican. He was a #1 contender. you looked at his record, his number of wins and knockouts, and he was even better than Isaac's, you know. And he hadn't lost a fight in some years and had virtually KO'd his last 8 opponents. So you couldn't, toy with an opponent like that. And secondly, Isaac was conceding a lot in height and reach. And with that kind of fight, it wasn't going to be easy. That kind of opponent, you have to pursue him. And when I say pursue him, you have to smoke him. Like Joe Frazier or Mike Tyson would come at you. It means that you have to be close to him and be working on the body and punching him and preventing him from throwing his jabs and his crosses. And it's very difficult. If you're not well conditioned, you can't do that. I've heard people say, 2 things people are saying. Oh, it's too early for him to fight the same opponent again. Why don't you get him to fight 1 or 2 other opponents and shake off all the, anxieties and fears and then come back stronger? Well, it happens more often that is the case, but there are exceptions to that as well. I've seen fighters who have lost their titles come back in grand fashion and win their titles back. So it is very possible, and I can tell from the level of training he's going through and the determination that he's determined to do just that. Then there are people who also say, oh, it's about time his dad Paul took a step back and got some more experienced trainers in the corner. That is also a good point, but at the same time, don't forget that it's the same Paul who has taken him from nowhere, from scratch, and taken him to the top. So if Paul was able to get him to fight and beat the likes of Magdaleno and others, then I trust that this same Paul will up his game and get his boy back to the very top.
Isaac Dogbe's camp is situated within Mr. Mitch Williams Awono's residence in Keta. Mr. Awono is the proprietor of the Aborigines Beach Resort, also in Keta, a serene holiday getaway, which has also hosted some big boxing fight nights. He talks about what he has seen of the boxer's journey at close range.
Very brave, very confident. He knows what time it is. He goes in there, no matter how big or whatever, you look like to try to scare him. It's like just there for a game. He's not there to kill you or anything. It's boxing, it's sports. He understands that this is sports completely. So he comes in there, first in mind, entertain, dance a little bit, joke a little bit, and then, but make sure the mission is accomplished.
You kneel down this way. You put your forehead on the floor 3 times. As in the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Dogbe takes time to take me to the 10 Commandments Temple of the Apostle Revelation Society, ARS Church, in Anyako, and he explains all the symbols within the church.
Here is the 10 Commandments, right? And here, according to them, the revelations that Prophet Wovenu had over the years, God says that when you follow the 10 Commandments, and whatever you come here to ask, you'll be granted. So whenever we're going for a fight, everything we are doing, everything in our lives, when we come here, this is what we pray. Yeah, a lot of people, you get speculations that as Dogbe is always in the Volta region, as Dogbe is voodoo is somewhere in Benin or Togo, whatever. But listen, this is it. It's a simple place. Just look around. Show around. This is a simple place. It's no extravagant, place. But when the Spirit of God is working, that's where it works. That picture over there, that is Prophet Wovenu, Prophet C.K. Wovenu. He is the founder of the ARS Church. And, his successor is Prophet Wogbuleho, the one in the yellow, the man in the yellow. And before his passing, he's had so many revelations in archives that are there. So whenever the time reaches, a revelation comes up, they have a special man, a special person who deals with those things. That when the time comes, he brings out the revelations and distributes it. So there are people that that has been appointed to do a specific job.
The ritual of singing an anthem from the ARS church features prominently before and after bouts.
Isaac, you're welcome. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, fine, thank you. How is it going?
Very good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
The whole family.
This is the GPRTU chairman at Tajabu, where the prophet Wobanu lives. So he is my senior brother, Reverend Kofi Shiame. The revelation, he is in charge of the archives of the Apostles Revelation Society Church. And myself, Prophet Wobanu, very short and tall.
Boxing has always had its stories of spirituality and the metaphysical, and how they sometimes play a role in the lives of boxers as well as their exploits in the ring. For Dogbe, it's purely his Christianity. Interestingly, he comes from a lineage evenly split between Christianity and traditional worship. Dogbe takes me to Keta Anyako at the Royal Badu clan's stew house. He is a direct descendant of Togbi Dala, brother of Togbi Chali and Togbi Chala, who later became known as Okomfo Anoche. The former world champion's father, Paul, is an immediate heir to the throne.
You've heard of Okomfo Anoche, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Okomfo Anoche, here, he was a twin brother of Togbi Chali. Togbi Chali and Togbi Chala, they were twins. And as they were coming from Moche, they all separated. And this is Togbi Dala. Togbi Dala, we are the descendants of Togbi Dala. They are all brothers. So they are twins, and there's their third brother. So Togbi Dala, he gave birth to Poto and Kwewi Susu. And we are the direct descendants of Poto. Poto gave birth to Togbi Badu. So Togbi Badu and then descendants, we are the kingships of. So always it rotates. When you go back, as they were coming from Moche, he settled at Clever. There's some forest there, a strong forest. So, and that's where he was doing his things. And so to this day, at that place, people still go there to perform sacraments. They said all his things are still there. The pots he used to cook in and all those things, they are still there. So yeah. And the golden stool, everybody knows where the golden stool is. And so the place is under construction. In a few years' time or in a few months' time, you have to come back and see the finished product.
Yeah, surely it's gonna look good.
They say Anyako is a
town of history.
A town of history, great history, and a lot of great men, have come from here. We have both sides of the family, the people who believes in deities and we that believe in the Almighty God, Jesus Christ.
Dogbe is young, handsome, well-spoken, popular, and good at his craft. These are traits that attract female admirers. Dogbe has had his fair share, but how has he coped all this while, considering that overindulging in women has brought down some of the greatest people in the sport of boxing?
The walls are high. The walls are high. And in front of the gate it says, beware of dogs. So, I mean, when you're a young man, you get all these things coming at you. But obviously, sometimes you have to think about what you're doing, really and truly. It does happen, but you cannot get carried away. You know, you've got to have a strong mind in a way, and I mean, just know where you're going, really. You know, because from a young age, all I've been hearing is, look, if it's women that you want, they will come. Right now, it's a matter of focusing, doing what you have to do, setting yourself in a certain way, you know, so that the right thing is done. You know, I mean, I'm not. My intentions are good. You know, I always have good intentions. It's not. I mean, I'm friendly with everyone. If somebody says hi, I'll say hello back. But it's not to the extent of me and the person taking any further. You know, I'm a home kind of person. You know, I don't really go out. I don't do nightclub. I don't do things. I don't do those sort of things. So I'm always my father. It's either we are training or we go to church, or you know, I'm with the guys around and stuff like that. So yeah.
Boxing is an international sport, and at every point, two boxers face off in the ring. This also means two nations in the boxing ring. At a point in his career, Dogbe enrolled in a US university to pursue a course in international relations. He talks about the reason for his selection of that particular course.
When I talk about international relations, it's more or less to do the course with what I am doing in boxing, you know, because as from the beginning, our goal was to do something for humanity, you know. So in that forms, they've attracted a lot of attention, a lot of fan base internationally, you know. So with that, what can we do with our popularity? All we can do is, you know, look at the social status and see what we can also do to help humanity. So in building that, you know, it's just one step at a time. And then as time goes on, we see how best we can also, you know, help other people.
When he is not training, Dogbe spends time with his sparring partners and family.
It's a go. Ah! Alright, cool. So Nkele, jollof rice.
He also loves his food to bits.
Nyamachu anyaku ni plezika enye yogebe enyuri dake menema world champion yeta bubuma nyama dening moyoni be efu nya yonamba efu nde shiade ima ba fia makpenarang for marketer mi ba planang for a week abanoni anu zan keke ni ke vo mi jini da te ko ne de vo mi jini da te e training ya lebo you fia 5:30 ndime so my phone at 5 o'clock akpobe ni ke matinwo ma drido ma yue 5:30 ke edrado ke oyo after ma ji o breakfast adadino ke bechi oyo me ayi ne pe fada malio ni ke matinwo de fada te pe manu ru ne o patrin ko mi ga gbo ba ko ni ko lebo mo ko kenya magaba kitchen for over afternoon Danny, Maga prepare, Kamaga Idobo, Nipakova, Edwin Woket, Yamaju ide, Yapa, Position Golaba, Mahable, Afam, so then Makumiko manage Nema.
He seems to have learned his lessons from his loss to Navarrete. He is honest about it as well. But what has changed about him in his training camp?
In England, I created something called the animal fitness. The animal fitness is all about, you know, doing what the powerful animals do. You know, like example, the lion, the cat walks on its claws, you see, and then when it's running, you can see that everything it does is working the shoulders, right? So that's why when they strike, you know, that strike is so powerful. So we have to inculcate, you know, things that they do, the animals and then the humans, and try and find that kind of power to generate from your feet to your hands. How do we do it? Example, doing the wheelbarrow walk. You know, the wheelbarrow where you hold the boxer's leg and then the boxer will be moving, the person will be moving with the hands for a very long, you know, time. We do in the army too. And then again, we call something the frog hop, where you hop for a very long, when we're on the beach, we do all that. Then we have this rolling thing we do. You hop, you roll, you stand, you spin. You know, all these things, and then again, you're doing your pull-ups. And then doing, okay, we call it the field work. That is not the track. You know, you have the track and then we have the field. Like going out to the woods. You see, let's say the woods, where you have obstacles. We call it obstacles training, you know. So that is what Isaac used to do from the beginning. And then again, concentrating on the shoulders and the back, using the axe, chopping trees, and again, the sledgehammer. For example, you know, in Anyako, we have this building that we had to bring down. And I told them, listen, don't do it, because we have a fight coming up. So I'm going to bring Isaac, you know, to come and break. It's a whole, it's like a 4 or 5 bedroom house. My son broke that 4 or 5 bedroom house in a week. It's a story building. You can ask these boys with a sledgehammer. We go there every morning, an hour and 20 minutes, constant, you know, hammering this building, pam, 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 pam. So this whole month, he's been doing that. We brought this to the ground, you know. So, and then when we do it for an hour and 20 minutes, we stop, we go. Next day we come back, an hour and 20 minutes.
It must be a win for Toby. We need that title badly, because and he needs it for his confidence, to boost his ego and morale and everything. I mean, he needs it to advance in his boxing career. He needs that win badly.
I can't wait. You know, I keep telling my son this is his make and break time. You know, you either, you know, make it big and bigger, more than Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather, or, you know, you break. So all I can do is this: be in the training camp and make sure he's physically strong, spiritually sound. You know, and come May 11th, we go and search and destroy Navarrete. It's going to be a great fight.
What goes around comes around. So now I can't say much, but I think we're taking it back.
At all costs, we want him to win, and he must win clear for us.
Isaac the Royal Storm Dogbe is signed to the legendary Top Rank Promotions and would want to make the best of his contract.
For Emmanuel Navarrete, I've been hearing that he says he's going to knock me out this trip. At my worst, he couldn't knock me out. So what if at my best? There's no going back. And one thing I would tell them is this. You know, there was a song that we were singing last night, myself, my father, and the boys here. We say, Neji leosi nova mikpo, nenu sen leonu nova mikpo, miape mauya medua ponu o, mi ma vongbede o, mi ma vongbede o, ovenu pe mau aduji na mi. Mi ma vongbede o, mi ma vongbede o, mi ma vongbede o, mi ma vongbede o, tu ne didima mi mavong bedio wovenu femau adujina mi. So May 11th, Tucson, Arizona, you'll still be hearing Neho and the New. Still Neho and the New.
Dogwe is certain about May 11th. He has a great conviction about his ability to prove to the world that he is here to fight, win, and reign. The Royal Storm is ready to snatch the WBO Super Bantamweight title from Mexico's Emmanuel Navarrete.
May 11th, Arizona, Dogwe Navarrete 2. It's on, baby. It's on.
All said and done, Ghana is waiting for the big moment and the sound of the bell.